Again, we are seeing some reports here of some of this damage from the Neosho area. We are, again, efforting to kind of get you some of the pictures here from this. And we're going to be, again, keeping a very close eye as this kind of comes in to far southern portions of Dade County now, into northern portions of Lawrence County if you're in Miller. If you are in the Mount Vernon area there as well, we're finding, again, the potential for tornadoes to develop with this. And Jennifer Perez there is with us as well. We want to encourage people to come to our KSPR Weather Facebook page if you need to take shelter there, and talk a little bit about that.
Yep.
And how people can watch us there online.
Yeah, so all you have to do is go to our KSPR Weather Facebook page. If you don't have that or you don't have access to that, you can also find us on our KSPR Weather app. Download that KSPR Weather app. And a lot of people asking questions about the Branson area. We're going to see this. Well, right now, we're not going to see this move into the Branson area at the moment. Branson area is in Taney County, and so that still does have a tornado watch in effect for that area, and that continues until 10 o'clock tonight. So a good portion of the Ozarks right now under this tornado watch. So while these storms might not be in your area, later on in the next hour or so, we could potentially be seeing this continue to track northeast, and so then affecting many more people out there. This is a time for you to take action and know what your plan of action would be, what that is, because this is not just going to end right now. This is going to continue for the next several hours as we get into the rest of today. Let's see people commenting here. Okay, so a couple people commenting about the Camdenton area, wanting to know if that's going to affect them over there in Camdenton area. Oh, right now, not moving into that area at all. That's not to say that you won't be seeing severe thunderstorms or maybe even a tornado watch area for your area later on tonight. But right now, if you're in that Camdenton area, I think you are fine, good to go for right now.
Okay, very good. So again, she is referring to people who are talking to us here on the KSPR Weather Facebook page. So that stream there, again, that we are on there. So it's a good way. So if there's a tornado and you want to take shelter, you can take your phone with you and still have our live streaming here with this. We are getting in reports that over just to the east of Sarcoxie. All right, so we might, newsroom, if anybody is listening out there, getting reports here that a house destroyed along I-44 by a possible tornado, going to be near the Hungry House Cafe on I-44. That's going to be just east of Sarcoxie. House that's over there. So if anybody, again, out there that hopefully is listening in the newsroom, check that out, make some calls over there, and see what you can find out, because we're getting some of those reports there, again, east of the Sarcoxie area of damage. So increasing rotation showing up with this. Very likelihood of a tornado 4 miles to the northwest of Mount Vernon and moving towards Miller. And Miller, it's probably going to be right there on top of you here before too long. So you need to be in your tornado safe spot there immediately. If you are in Miller, highly likelihood that we've got a tornado there with this as the circulation continues. We are finding that these have already produced damage. They are continuing to show signs of rotation with them. Just got some more reports in of wind damage. Report of a home heavily damaged near exit 33 on I-44 near La Russell. That I'm not sure if that's that same house there they talked about near that Hungry House Cafe there on I-44. But these storms are really continuing to pack a punch here with this activity and showing, again, the potential for ongoing tornadoes with them as they move off here to the north and east. southern Dade County, northern Lawrence County, all of those locations need to be in your tornado safe spot right now, as we mentioned before. And we've got those tornado safe spots to talk to you guys about. And we can pull those up for you and show you exactly where those are. So essentially, you're going to find the best place to be is going to be in the center part of your house, lowest level. You want to put as many barriers between you and the outside of your home as possible. Center part of your house, there it is. We're talking about your bathroom in this case here, as long as it doesn't have any windows. All interior walls. That's where you want to go. Sometimes you could actually go into a closet, kind of a last resort thing, if it's kind of there where it's got some of those interior walls there. So put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Don't get on those outside levels there. And let's say that you live in a mobile home and you're kind of down the line here. You want to get out of that. Not safe. These little weak tornadoes, even these weak EF0, EF1 tornadoes, pick these up and they can destroy them. Not safe to be in there. Now let's say that you live in an apartment complex. You live up there on the second and third floors. Bad. Again, the key thing, go down. Hopefully you've made friends with your neighbors down there and knock on their door and say, hey, I want to get down there to the lowest level, because that's where you want to go to stay safe from that possible tornado here with this. Key thing, many barriers between the outside. Grab your helmet. If you got a helmet, put it on your head. If you've got some kind of a blanket or mattress or whatnot there as well, cover yourself up with that. And maybe some things you don't kind of think of, but when you got a tornado coming through, if a tornado would come through and do damage, throw on your shoes. If you got damage there, you don't want to be walking across all of that debris there, so throw those on and take your phone with you. We are streaming right now on the KSPR Weather Facebook page. You can go on there and check that out. If you want to take your phone with us and you're not wanting to continue to watch here on TV, you don't got a TV in your shelter, take your phone, KSPR Weather Facebook page. We're streaming on there right now. All right, continued chance here for a tornado with this. I want to click back over to our radar here, and we're seeing right there between Miller and Mount Vernon, high likelihood that we've got an ongoing tornado here with this. If you're in, again, like we said, Miller there and Mount Vernon, if nothing else, we've got some really strong winds there just to the north of Mount Vernon and in Miller. If you guys heard anything coming through back in the newsroom or anything yet? Nothing? Okay, all right. Well, so again, what we're getting here is continued the possibility for tornado damage with this. So some of the reports that continue to come into us here, we're talking about that house that was destroyed there along I-44. We're also getting into us here that this came through the Neosho area and definitely did some damage as it kind of came through. And I just getting ready to be able to show you guys a picture. If you bear with me here for a second, I've got to build this picture on the fly here. So just hang tight here with me, and we're going to I'm going to build that up here. Ignore that image here for just a second. This picture was sent in to us here from the Neosho area. Brian Hurst took this picture, and as you can see on this photo, the power poles snapped. You can see some of the tree damage there as well. This was in, again, the Neosho area. As this came across, look at the tree over here on the kind of the left side, or I should say the right side of your screen. It is in that area where we have had, you can see that thing just kind of snapped off. The tops of those snapped off there, and then this one really took a big snap there. As you can see, a very large tree that has been damaged. And of course, there's the top part of a power line there that was also snapped along the way as well. So right now, Miller, if you're in the Miller area, this is definitely the highest threat that we've got for a tornado right now. As the circulation continues to come right into there, this is going to eventually, if you kind of look down the line, may come into the northwestern portions of Greene County and southeastern portions of Dade County. So that essentially is the area of highest concern that we have right now with any of this. Kind of throw another storm path on this to kind of show you again exactly the movement of it. Let me actually get the latest movement. It's going to be, actually I need to speed that up a little bit. They're saying about 45 miles an hour, so we're going to update those times of arrival with it. And I'm just going to do this whole line here. There are some specific areas that have the tornadic part of it with it, but I'm just going to kind of show you this whole line because some of you may be anywhere along that line. And while we've got kind of one or two areas of specific rotation with it, this whole thing may have 60-mile-an-hour winds. So Lockwood, I mean, it's pretty much on your doorstep right now, starting with some of that rain, but the real strong winds are going to pick up here. Halltown here as well. South Greenfield and kind of the Greenfield area in the next kind of 10, 12 minutes or so. Everton there. Down the line, we're talking Ash Grove, maybe Bodark, and Dadeville. So all along there. We are, again, getting a lot of reports of obviously power out there in the Neosho area. Trees down the roadway electric lines. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of reading that here. I'm off on our screen here. I'm not sure exactly where that was. Didn't get a specific area, but anywhere along this line, we're going to have that with that potential for a tornado to do damage. And that is currently coming in right now into Miller. Miller right now, there's a high likelihood that we have a tornado as this moves off here to the north and east. Also getting in multiple reports now that many buildings have been damaged near the Stotts City area. Stotts City as this came through. So now this is going to come through close to Miller. This may be coming right into the Miller area here. And it looks like that they definitely took a little bit of a hit there. So they took a hit there with the buildings that have been damaged. We even have a little bit of a tornado debris signature, it looks like, as this thing comes through Miller right now. Let me clear off the time of arrival for these cities and show you again the big concern that we've got. And it's right here, almost where you've got this little weakened area there on the reflectivity, but it is showing up very clearly that there is a strong likelihood of a tornado just to the south of Miller. You're along Highway 96 and 39, right there along 96 and 39. This coming in, extremely strong winds, and that circulation is still showing up with this as well. Again, you need to be taking shelter right now if you are in northern portions, central and northern portions of Lawrence County and southern portions of Dade County there as well. We are talking about, let's see here. Sorry, guys, I'm just kind of reading everything here. We've got damage south of Walmart in Neosho. So south of Walmart in Neosho, some damage over there, we're being told, with that as it came through. And all of this lifting to the north and east. So it's now just at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock. And we've got these storms that are coming into us here from the west. And so let's go ahead and show you some of that. And we've got some of our cameras here that can look off to the west. And let's see what we can look at. So that's Table Rock Lake as the storm's kind of coming in down there near the Branson area. And then we've got other camera shots that we can look at that are just out here to our west, showing what these storms are doing as they come across. But right now, the high level of concern is in the Miller area as strong rotation continues to form there, where there is that high likelihood that we've got a tornado with this. So again, just right through Miller, and almost pretty much would have passed right there over the Miller area as that newest scan came across, kind of right over the top of you guys here right now. Here is a view of our camera there in Republic. Not seeing a whole lot there. We'll look at our camera here in Springfield as it also peers off to the west, and obviously just kind of dark skies that we're seeing here as of right now. New tornado warning now for Cedar, Dade, Greene, and Polk County. And so no surprise here, they're just going to continue that as this lifts to the north and east. So it's now going to essentially kind of cover the northwestern portion of Greene County and also Polk County there as well. So there's your newest warning that is in effect, with the tornado warning. It is now going to be until 4:45 p.m. right along this area here, the leading edge of it, as this goes here to the north and to the east. All right, getting in more reports here, again, near Stotts City. Again, we're getting multiple buildings damaged near mile marker 39.8 along I-44. That coming into us here, multiple buildings damaged there near mile marker 40 on Interstate 44 near Stotts City. So that's going to be kind of right down in that general area there as this came through. So we've got an ongoing tornado with this, high likelihood of this. And so you need to be, again, in your safe spot there in northern portions of Lawrence County and southern portions of Dade County there as well. All right, so the tornado warning continues here in this newest one. I know if you're watching us up here near Willard, if you're watching us in Walnut Grove, if you've tuned in, and you're over near Ash Grove as well. All of you under this latest tornado warning, tornado sirens most likely going to be going off. Even, I know kind of down the line here in the Bolivar area, we're getting reports of the possibility of sirens going off here because this is a very large tornado warning polygon. It goes all the way up here, as you can see. And so it kind of comes into the far northwest side of Springfield. And it's essentially because of this line here, all along this leading edge here. But right now, it is this area that we have kind of the highest concern right now with this. So if we kind of if this would stay on its same path here and maybe wobble a little bit, but if you're up there near Walnut Grove and Morrisville, I would definitely be paying close attention to this and be taking shelter. Let's zoom in a little bit closer, and I want to show you again where we've got some of the rotation on this. And so it is going to be right there near Miller, and we will put on our velocity scope that allows us to see the winds and very strong winds. Matter of fact, I think I'm hearing tornado sirens here outside. It sounds like they must be sounding them here, even though it looks like the center part of Springfield is actually not in that tornado polygon. So I know you may be saying, why are the sirens going off here? We are seeing, again, strong rotation with this. I know that, again, those of you that are watching here may be out there wondering what's going on. So here's what we've got. We have got the possibility of a tornado, very tight circulation right here, basically just to the north and east of Miller. And it is in that area where we have the high likelihood of a tornado. That has been really doing some damage here for a good amount of time. If you're up near Everton, you need to be taking shelter there right now. We're also getting in more reports of damage near Hoburg in Lawrence County. Car blown off I-44 near mile marker 33. So this thing has really done some damage there along Interstate 44, it looks like. We talked about some of the house, one of the houses over there. We talked about now a car blown off near I-44. And this is now, if you're up near Everton, you need to be paying attention here. Everton and Ash Grove as well, both of those areas, because this is where some of that circulation is presently located here. So we're gonna back this off, shut off the velocity there. We're gonna zoom this out a little bit and show you again the exact placement of where this storm is, where it is going, and who essentially may be affected by this over the next half an hour or so. So we'll go ahead and take this, and we're going to zoom this back out. And again, those of you who are watching and hearing the tornado sirens going off in Springfield, here's the polygon for Springfield. I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure why they're sounding the ones here that I can hear here at the studio, and maybe just we're hearing some of the ones up here, but it is more for northwestern Greene County, more for the Willard area, more for kind of up here near Walnut Grove. In Springfield itself, okay, if you're watching us now and you're in Springfield, the tornadic part of this is going to be off here to your north and west. Now, if this would shift a little bit, they may have to adjust that. But right now, it is right here where we have that. If you're in Everton right now, you need to be taking shelter immediately. This thing is almost right on top of you here. I'm going to throw back on our velocity here because we've got a new scan that just came across, and we're going to watch this update here. And we're probably going to see these colors get placed right about here. And yes, right there, there's a tight little circulation there that is showing up. If you're in Everton, right now, watching us in Everton, you know somebody in Everton right now, you need to give them a call and tell them to get down to their tornado safe spot. We have a very tight circulation here that's showing up very strong winds, and I would very much be willing to bet we have a tornado with this. Everton, you're in line. You only got a couple of minutes here. So if you're there in Everton right now, lowest level of your home, get down there in your basement. If you don't have a basement, center part of your house, bathroom is best, closet sometimes, as long as you don't have any windows around, that's the key thing. Get down, cover your head up there, and again, take shelter. Cover yourself up with something. If you got a bike helmet, put that on. If you got a mattress, a blanket of some kind, throw that on there as well. Tight circulation right there with that, and that is again lifting right there to the north and to the east. We have had several reports of damage with this already coming into us. I want to actually switch over to our other radar source here, if we can, once I get that pulled up. And we want to come back over here. This is a definite. This has a high likelihood of being a tornado here. I'm trying to look. What I'm looking at here is now we call the tornado debris signature on it, and we're getting a little bit of indications of that here with this. We have had already a lot of reports of this coming in, and that new updated scan just came across. Maybe just to the west of Everton, this may pass. It's going to be close here, but between Greenfield and Everton now, that is the area that we have of highest concern, as this area of rotation kind of comes right through here. So on the west side of Everton there and southeast of Greenfield, that is the highest level of concern that we've got right now. Again, I know some of you are watching us and you may hear the tornado sirens going off in the Springfield area. This is more for the kind of the northwest side of town, far northwest, almost up there near I-44. And almost kind of right there on the outskirts there of town, the city limits there, so to speak. And you can see that polygon is more there for the Willard area and Walnut Grove, but extends as far north as the Bolivar area as well, and southeastern portions there of Cedar County. And it's anywhere along that line that you see here on our radar that you could have these little spin-ups. But right now, the one that has our highest level of concern is definitely the one that is over here just to the southwest of Everton and southeast of the Greenfield area there as well. And here's the thing. See these colors where we've got these very bright blues? Even if you don't have a tornado, you have got very strong winds. If you're in Everton right now, I would still be in your tornado safe spot. I would definitely be taking shelter. I would stay down there because this thing is not over, and it's coming essentially right there over the top of you guys here as we speak, or close to it. Strong little signature showing up, as you can see here, right there. You see those that red right there? You see those greens kind of right next to one another? It is right in that general location where we've got some of that rotation that is showing up here. So you really need to be paying close attention there. And hopefully, if you're listening to this right now, you've already taken shelter down there. And I know when you look at this on radar, you say, well, it doesn't look anything too crazy. I've seen something like that on radar before, but like we had last night, these storms have embedded little circulations in them and have been doing damage here all over the place over the past hour or so, pretty consistently. We have not actually had any kind of a drop-off in this so far. Circulation showing up here to the southeast of Pennsboro. We're also getting in more reports of damage there from the Neosho area. We showed you some of those pictures earlier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull that up for you again to kind of show you why we're on, why this continues to be such of an issue here for us. This is what it looked like when the storm came through in the Neosho area. This photo coming into us here from Brian Hurst. As that came through, you can see the power line that was snapped off. You can see the trees there as well where damage has occurred. So that is why. And now that continued threat for a tornado exists. Very strong rotation there right over the Everton area. Getting still very concerned about that specific spot. We've already heard reports of just a ton of damage with this as well. Let's see here. Let's switch over here to our webcam here, or actually one of our cameras here. as we're kind of panning around, looking off there to the west. And you can see we're kind of looking there to the northwest there. That's exactly kind of where that storm is, kind of looking there straight west there. And so if we pan that over a little bit to the east there, yeah, we'll take that over to the right there. Sorry about that. You'll see more kind of that storm. That's the general location where we've got that. But there's a strong indication of a tornado with this still showing up right there over the Everton area. We've got new severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Christian, Taney, Stone County here. So all along this line now, we have the potential for a tornado. All right, so let's take a look here, widen things out, and kind of show you what's going on. All right, here we go. New severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Christian, Stone, Taney County. So right there along that entire line, we have very strong winds. We've got 60-mile-an-hour winds with this. We have the potential of damaging winds all along this line. The tornadic part of this is still right here. The highest threat that we've got right here is still going to be coming into us over here into areas of southern Dade County here. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to step off here, we're going to kick back and zoom into the radar and show you what we've got in terms of where that rotation is showing up. I know again, we had the tornado sirens that were going off there in the Springfield area, but this is really kind of for the north and western portions of Greene County. We're going to let that next scan come across there, and you can see where we've got those very strong winds in Everton right now. We've got those reds and those greens, they're right next to one another. We have gotten several calls. It looks like they're getting several calls into to some of the authorities saying that there's debris all over I-44 near mile marker 40. So again, near mile marker 40 on I-44, most likely that a tornado passed right over the interstate there, and there's debris, we're being told there, that is scattered there along the interstate. Right now, highest concern is going to be right here just to the north and east of Everton. If you're near Dadeville, Dora, and kind of there in this Walnut Grove area, this is going up here to the north and to the east. And so this is going to be coming into the southwestern portions of Polk County, the southeastern portions of Dade County here as well. All of this is the area that we're, again, kind of have our highest concern as this storm continues to show huge signs of rotation with it, and it's been consistent for over an hour now, and we're getting in a lot of reports here of some of this as this rolls across. So let me come back over to our velocity scope here. We're going to clear some of that off. And again, as I mentioned before, we have the radar not looking, like it's all that worrisome. You've probably seen a radar that looks like that with a little line of storms coming through, but this one a little different, kind of like what we had last night. The circulations on this have been consistent and strong, and we already had 5 or 6 tornadoes from earlier today, overnight and into early this morning. And now we're kind of doing this here all over again. So some of the different pictures coming into us here. Lee Moody's got more of that from our social media aspect. What do we got over there?
Yeah, Kevin, thank you. We've been looking through on Facebook, basically just looking in Neosho, because that definitely is an area that we were getting reports of damage. So we typed in Neosho and started looking for damage pictures. And this is one of the main ones that comes up right here with the tree just like ripped apart right there. You can see there is the trunk right there, power pole down. So again, this is from Neosho coming up on Facebook. If you come to our Facebook page, we're starting to get some stuff as this storm is moving away and heading to where it's going now. We're starting to get some pictures from people just of the clouds they're seeing, the conditions they're seeing right here. This is from Crane, Missouri. You can see just really big clouds, dark clouds, very ominous sky there. That's in Crane, Missouri. This is Highway 412 over the White River, kind of the same way. It's just ominous, a lot of dark clouds. Looking down here too, this is looking from coming into the west side of Eureka Springs at the Inspiration Point Fire Department. And again, they're all basically seeing the same thing. It's just really ominous skies, not looking good. we, of course, want to see your damage pictures. If you happen to have damage around you, if you know about outages, be sure if you're going to take video or pictures, please take it horizontally and then send it in. You can get on our KSPR News Facebook page, our KSPR Weather Facebook page. Also, if you have our mobile app, if you're kind of moving, if you're getting down to your shelter or something, but you do see something you want to send it in, you can do it on the KSPR News or Weather app. You can send it that way, or even on our website as well. There's a place to submit your pictures and videos. And again, too, if you're seeing something like hail or something like that, give us something to compare it to, whether that's a coin or some kind of ball, a golf ball, something like that. And if you're seeing other damage too, be sure to send it to us horizontally if you take the picture or videos. And I'm going to be going through this and keeping an eye on what people are sending in. And also, if you know of anything in your area about damage or power outages, let us know. Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Lee. Appreciate it. We're back here on our weather camera here, as you can see, as this line of storms continues to move through. We have essentially a very strong line of straight line winds with a large area here that includes the Greene County area. Now, those of you who are watching us here online or watching us here on TV, again, I encourage you guys to, if you are taking shelter, take your phone with us. We are streaming right now on the KSPR Weather Facebook page. But here's what I would like to stress to everyone out there that is watching us right now. We are essentially dealing with two things. We are dealing with the severe thunderstorm threat of damaging straight line winds, and then we're dealing with these little circulations that are showing up. If you're watching us in Springfield right now, if you're here, you live somewhere along Kansas and Sunshine, you live there near Kansas Expressway or Glenstone there, Highway 65, you're not in the tornado warning. This little red area here, okay, see this little polygon here? So north and west of that line, closer to Willard, that is where we have the potential for tornadoes. And it's actually more even up in this area right through here. But I know you've got the tornado sirens going off because we've got parts of Greene County that have a tornado warning in effect. But here's what we have. This line, this leading edge here, really strong winds, 60-mile-an-hour winds. That could cause some big issues here for us as that comes across. So if you're in Republic, while you don't have that the possibility of a tornado here, so to speak, right now, that could change quickly. But we're starting to see these circulations pick up even more. And I want to show some of these off to you guys here. So if we can come back over to our, okay, very good. So we've got a couple different circulations. So you see that there, and we've got the one that was the highest concern was up there just to the south of Dadeville. But we're also watching, I'm being told we're also looking down here in Christian County here. We're having to keep a close eye on some of the ones down here into Christian County as well. So we're watching that. If we can take our tower cam full, we want to show you that what essentially is going to be a shelf cloud that is coming in. If we can take that full, guys, the shelf cloud that is coming in there. So that's what, if you're looking out there and you're looking to the west of Springfield, you're going to see this big long cloud across the sky. It's going to be kind of lower to the ground, and that is the leading edge of what will be very strong winds. You've got the downdraft occurring there where the heavy rain, sometimes the hail. We haven't actually had a lot of reports of hail, but we have had, again, several reports of wind damage with it. And so essentially that's what you're looking at there. Is it really kind of just encompasses the whole sky right across there. And we're looking at, mainly here in the Springfield area, winds up to 60 miles an hour as that kind of comes through. We don't have as much of a tornado threat right now with this, but that is always subject to change in this kind of an atmosphere as well. So you have to just kind of pay attention to that very closely, because these things can kind of spin up quickly and cause some kind of quick little circulation to occur as well. So we're monitoring that and keeping a close eye on it there as well. We'll go ahead and come back to the main weather system here. I've been told that we're also being joined right now by our radio partners that are with us here. Midwest Family Radio Partners, if you are driving right now and you're coming here into the Springfield area, basically running north on Highway 65. We are finding very strong winds here. If you're kind of coming in from Ozark, driving into the Springfield area, you are going to be encountering some strong winds here very soon. The strong winds are coming in here to the west side of Springfield here as we speak. The circulations with these are still really showing up here on the northern side of kind of the Walnut Grove area now. So we're gonna zoom back down in on this and show you near Walnut Grove what we've got. And it is essentially in this area here where that circulation is now located. So it was right about here earlier, and we're gonna get this updated scan, so we'll let this kind of come across. And so now, just to the west of Walnut Grove, that is the area that we've got some concern about. Okay, still getting in a lot of pictures of some of the damage there along I-44 near mile marker 38. They're saying that MoDOT is actually out clearing some of the damage there along I-44. And the sirens continue to go off here outside the studio here at KSPR. I don't know if anybody has, if anybody's got a camera out there to throw up or anything at all, but let us know if anybody there can get a camera here just outside, because it is getting ready to kind of come through here pretty good. So if we can maybe get a shot out there, that'd be great. Again, those of you who are watching us here in Springfield, we do not have a tornado warning for Springfield itself. It is just kind of north and west. You've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for the Springfield area. This little red polygon is what is up here, and where we have that potential for tornadoes to form. And right there near, like I said, near Walnut Grove, that's the kind of the worst of it. North of Walnut Grove, east of the Dadeville area, all of those locations with that. And anywhere along that line is where we've got the very strong winds. And there again is a look at our camera. As we kind of pan around, you can see this big, long shelf cloud that is showing up here. That is stretching across the sky. You can see it here. And again, this is our area where we've got these strong winds that will be just coming down really quick. Let's see if let's see what our Republic camera looks like. We're going to switch over to the Republic camera here. And you can see very heavy rainfall showing up there. They're just getting it. So they're getting it there in Republic. We're going to be getting it here in Springfield here in the next few minutes. So it may not be necessarily raining here in Springfield yet. It is about to really kick up. All right, so just to repeat everything here, we have a ton of damage reports that are coming into us here. I told that our crews are heading over there towards I-44. Do we have her shot up or not? Yeah. Give me your shot up. Go ahead and see what we got there. So she's on I-44 there. Do you know her general location there that she's located out there? I mean, did she just leave? Or if you have any information on her exact location, I'm curious as to maybe where she's at. Near Republic there. Okay. And so heading there west. Again, we had reports there earlier of damage well off to the west, not in Republic, but over there along I-44. A home damage near exit 33. Heavy damage there. Also near mile marker 40, multiple buildings, and also along near mile marker 43. So essentially between 33 and 43, there were many reports of damage from this as it moved through. Francis is actually now with us right now. Francis can talk to us. Looks like you're going through some really heavy rainfall right now, Francis.
Actually, we just hit it. We just hit it right now. We got from the 60, and as soon as we hit the 44, that's when all the heavy rain started hitting us. As, again, on the 60 from Springfield to the Kansas Expressway exit, you could see the line of clouds. It was really, really just dark, and a separation of the dark clouds from the lighter portion down closer towards, obviously, the earth. Now that we've headed towards Republic, we're going, I believe, north on 44. It is night. It is as dark as night. This camera doesn't even do it justice on how dark it is. We're passing exit 67, Republic Bodart, and lightning. A lot of lightning, a lot of water. It's, again, visibility. You can see right here, looks like semi-trucks are starting to pull over underneath the sorry, they're trying to pull over the other overpasses, excuse me, trying to hold this camera steady. I'm not exactly sure if they're taking cover because of the lightning or what have you, but there is more and more. If you see, the visibility is pretty tough. Our windshield wipers, are they going all the way? Yeah, Emily says our windshield wipers are going as fast as they can to keep the windshield clear. And I got to tell you, I can't really see out of the window. But again, we're heading towards, from what I understand, off I-44 in the Mount Vernon area. There were reports of damage up there. Sarah in our newsroom let me know that there was reports of a car blown off the highway. So that's the direction that we're headed right now. I don't know if you saw that, a lot of lightning right above us. Sorry, the hairs on my arms are starting to stand up right now. I don't know if that's the electricity in the air or if it's just my nerves, but we're starting to hear some thunder rumbles outside the window here. But again, very dark, very much, obviously a lot of water. No hail yet. I'm waiting to see some hail. Hopefully we make it to where we're going without having to see too much hail. But whoa, more lightning there as well. It looks like cars are starting to pull off the highway because of zero visibility. So again, Kevin, it's pretty treacherous out here. There are cars pulled over, people getting off the highway, maybe seeking cover. And we're going to continue just to head north towards the Mount Vernon area and check in with you a little bit later.
All right, Francis, good luck out there. Stay safe as you travel to the west there, probably heading towards some of that damage there. That, again, is along I-44 between mile markers 33 and 43. I want to show you our Republic camera. This has been pretty impressive here. Barely visibility here. I mean, look at that. Normally, I mean, there's a stoplight there we can normally see during the day. Actually, it's over there. We can kind of barely see it, but really bad visibility. We're talking about torrential rainfall. That is coming down here, over here in the Republic area as this line comes across and is just going to be coming into the Springfield area. Actually, before we send it over to Lee Moody, who's going to talk more about where to go to take shelter, I want to kick this back over to one of our camera here just outside the studio, actually, because we have, again, we're looking off here to the west, and I'm going to attempt to focus this here. So we're seeing this line come through, and it is going to be any second that heavy rain and the potential for gusty winds of possibly even up to 60 miles an hour. And we're kind of seeing this here come through here as we speak. Let me try to focus this a little bit better for you guys so it actually so you can actually see it there. And so that cloud is, that shelf cloud is essentially right there on top of us here. And we're viewing this again. This is right here coming into the Springfield area here right now. You're looking at that, and you're going to be seeing a huge ramp up in the winds here in the next few minutes. Again, there is very intense rain as this kind of came through. And so now the southwest side of Springfield, you're going to be getting just pelted with some very heavy rainfall. So you can see that here. This is live on our tower camera here right outside the studio. We're looking for any kind of lowerings and whatnot in rotation with some of this here. I'll admit I'm not seeing anything that is lowering to the ground there. We're doing any wild bits of rotation there, but we're going to be keeping a close eye on this. This looks more of kind of like this little shelf cloud that's moving through. It's going to be showing very gusty winds all along the leading edge of this as it kind of comes through. That's kind of looking due north there, and this is going to be right here just to the west here in Springfield. So heavy rainfall right now, lots of lightning, and I believe the rain is probably just about to begin here, probably just outside our studio here that we are at here along Sunshine Street here in Springfield. But we're going to be keeping a close eye on these cloud structures here. Again, more of a straight line wind damage threat in Springfield, and the heavy rain is really going to start to ramp up here before too long. All right, Lee Moody's over there with us. If you hear the tornado sirens going off, they're more for up here into Dade County and Polk County here as well, but we're monitoring these storms, and Lee's got more about where you could go to take shelter.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. As we're hearing those sirens, now is the time to take shelter when you have a little bit of headway and leeway and you know that it's coming. The worst place you can be right here is a mobile home right now. If you are in a mobile home, this is not safe. You need to go to a permanent structure. If you have a friend, you can go to a shelter. If you know where your local shelter is, get out of your mobile home. That is the worst place you can be when you're dealing with something like this. Now, in your home, if you're in a regular home, The best place that you can be is right here, and this is your interior bathroom. It's all interior walls. There are no windows there. It's near the center of your house. That is the best place you can be. Or if you happen to have a basement, the basement is best. You can get under the stairs and hallways. They can use them as a shelter as well. Where you don't want to go are places that have exterior walls or places that have windows like your bedrooms. These bedrooms are not a good idea. One of the last resort places, if you don't have the basement, if for some reason you don't have an interior bathroom, you can, as a last resort, use your small closet. It's a small space, as all interior walls. If you can, make sure you kind of layer yourself. You can bring something in there. And Kevin was mentioning earlier, if you have a helmet around, put a helmet on, bring mattresses over you, whatever you can to put more room between you and any possible debris that may come down. All right, we're going to look at apartments now, and I actually had someone on Facebook say, I'm on the 3rd floor of my apartment, and what should I do? Should I go to the breezeway, or should I just stay up here? You should not stay up there. The top floors are not safe. What you want to do is get down to the lowest level, and this is where having good neighbors comes into play, because if you have anyone down there on the 1st floor, just knock on their door. If you can get in their home, that is the safest place for you to be. If you're in an apartment building on that 1st floor, that's where you want to go. All right, we're going to send it back over to Kevin, but as we said, if we have some headway, we have some lead time here, find good shelter now. Kevin?
All right, thanks a lot, Lee. If we can, let's take our camera that's just outside the studio here. If we've got that, we don't have that up here, okay? We don't have that shot there. That might be it's just blue. That might be a compatibility issue there. All right, so we'll kick it back over here to the radar here as they attempt to get our shot, because it's just starting to pick up here just outside our studio. So that's our tower cam we've got for you. Here is the radar as the storm is coming into Springfield here right now. Again, very, very strong gusty winds with the potential of straight line damaging winds of 60 miles an hour, and it is right here on our doorstep, getting ready to kind of cross right here near Kansas and Sunshine, where those winds are upwards of 60 miles an hour. And we're still seeing multiple circulations up here. I know those of you that are watching up here into Dade, Lawrence, and Polk County are wondering what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to attempt to throw up another one of our cameras that we've got. It's actually over near the Silo Ridge area, if you're familiar with that location over there near Republic. And so looks like we do have that shot. So I'm going to move this around, because this is an area of big concern that we've got here in Polk County. And we've kind of been focusing here on the Greene County area here quite a bit. But take a look at this. Again, this is over just to the east of Republic. And you can see there off in the distance that storm as it starts to come in. You can see kind of the rain shafts that are located there as well. For those of you that are trying to get that camera that's outside, it's going to be, those cameras got to be converted down to a 480, just so you know. So if anybody there knows how to do that, those need to be converted down to 480 off the 1080 or 1080 stuff there. All right, let's see here. So this is again the storm we're looking at there. That's currently has the circulations on it. Right now, the best circulation on that is going to be there, kind of south of Fairplay there, and coming there towards Bolivar and Morrisville area. We're seeing some really strong winds there along the leading edge of this as it comes through. So still multiple circulations showing up. The Weather Service is talking about that. Heavy precipitation here. Here's an interesting point that the Weather Service is making to us about this. The strong precipitation over the radar site there is making it a little bit more difficult to pinpoint some of those circulations. But anywhere along this line, it looks like we have that. I would say down there in the Aldrich area, we definitely have some circulation ongoing with this. We're still seeing rotation with this as it comes across into portions of Dade County there and southwestern portions of Polk County there as well. Again, we're looking pretty much right at it on our camera that we've got here fired up for you. This is just going to be just barely east of the Bolivar area where we're looking at that storm as it's going to start to kind of come right into this location here over the next few minutes or so. So this is the area that we have concern about in terms of a quick little spin-up tornado to occur. All right, let's kick you back over to the radar, and again, right here, this is what we're looking at. So our camera located over here and looking here to the south and west. All right, so we've got a new tornado warning that's coming out for Dallas, Hickory, and Polk County. They're just basically extending it there to the north and east. Going up here to the north and east now. So it now includes all the way there from Buffalo to Urbana. You need to be definitely keep an eye on this here. You can see there on your screen, the top right hand part of your screen is going to be the camera located there in Bolivar, and there is going to be East Springfield there on the bottom. Actually, is that Francis, or is that that might be Francis? All right, that's Francis. That is there going on I-44 there. She's traveling towards some of that damage that was located there between mile marker 33 and 43. We've had multiple reports of damage, as high likelihood that we had some tornadoes come through over there. So again, big issues there in that area of portions of down there in Lawrence County. All of those spots, we have some crews that are on the way. We're watching the storm coming into the Bolivar area right now. I know those of you watching here in Springfield are wondering what's going on here, so we'll come back down here because the winds are picking up as they roll across the Springfield area right now. And the rain, what you're going to have essentially is going to be heavy rainfall that will occur, and you're also going to have, just before that occurring, will be the strong winds. So oftentimes that's kind of how it works, is you get strong winds ahead of the actual heavy rainfall and sometimes the hail there. But what we have here is kind of a complicated situation. So our radar is right there, as you can see, we're pretty much where some of that reflectivity drops off a little bit, and we've got our little sweeping line spinning across. So right over the radar is really heavy rain. And when you've got really heavy rainfall, that radar beam is trying to shoot through it, and it sometimes does not see as good of a signature when it's shooting through that. That's what's happening right now as we try to look to the north and east, where we have some of those circulations probably ongoing. They don't look as impressive on radar. We kind of know that they're there. So it really you get just too much clutter there, and the radar beam is having a tough time to shoot. Just imagine all of the rain, precipitation, the wind there. And so it tries to shoot up into that. When we're trying to look at some of those storms up there to the north and west, they're not showing those same circulations we had earlier. But don't let your guard down, because we're still pretty confident that those are still located. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to see one showing up there, possibly just to the south and east of Stockton. We're seeing, again, some different camera views here of the storm as it kind of comes across. Let's see here. On the bottom part of your screen, that's going to be over there near East Springfield. We're seeing this storm coming right towards our camera that is located up near Bolivar. That's going to be up there on the top part of your screen. And let's kind of give an update on that, because that should be kind of coming across there at a pretty good clip. Sorry about that. Let's see, a camera there. I'm trying to get that camera to move across. And right now, if we have any kind of circulation, most likely going to be over here near the Fairplay area. And also just to the south and east of Stockton as well, we're seeing another little bit of rotation on that storm. Again, I believe we're still with our radio partners there, Midwest Family Radio Partners there. If you're listening to us on 92.9 The Beat, 105.1 The Bull, on Q102, any of those stations there, we've got you up here with us. So if you're traveling there along Highway 65, or there along Highway 60, let's say you're up there coming up north from Branson, you got a few minutes and this whole line's going to be coming right at you. And you may have 60-mile-an-hour winds there, so careful traveling north along Highway 65, essentially anywhere from Branson to Springfield, to be honest with you. And then if you're traveling on 60 and you're heading west from Rogersville into the Springfield area, you're going to get some strong winds there as well. The tornadic part of the storm is not in the Springfield area. It's not in Christian County. It is not in Taney County right now. The tornadic part of this is going to be up here in southern portions of Polk County and up here into areas of far eastern Dade County and into Cedar County up here. All right, can we, yeah, actually, we're just gonna come back to this. This is our Bolivar camera here, and we should be seeing our camera here. Let's see here. All right, so it's kind of starting to bounce around a bit. If you can see, you're probably gonna see these winds really pick up here as this comes in within the next few minutes. Actually, as a matter of fact, we'll watch these trees here. You can kind of see them there off in the distance starting to pick up, and we're just on the leading edge of where the strong winds are going to be. So we're going to watch this here again. This is going to be just a couple of miles there to the east of Bolivar, and so the rain beginning to pick up, and you'll see our camera there beginning to shake a little bit. Anywhere in there, you may have 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with this. So if you're out there near Bolivar, if you're near halfway right now, you are under the tornado warning with this. This is the area of highest concern for the possibility of tornadoes coming through. Radar is indicating about 55 mile per hour winds. And I think that our camera would agree with us here, as again, we're starting to see it kind of shake a little bit. You can see those trees, see the tops of some of those trees there beginning to kind of bend a little bit more in the strong winds as they come through. And again, this storm rolling there to the north and east. It's going to be coming towards halfway. Eventually down the line, Buffalo and Lewisburg, Urbana, you need to be paying attention to this as well. The threat for tornadoes continues here along this kind of Boeing section. We're still seeing the possibility of circulations here ongoing with this entire thing. And so again, you're looking right at our Bolivar camera. You're looking there on the bottom part of your screen over there where we've got our own Frances Watson. She's on I-44 and is going to be coming upon, let me see if I can read her exit there. Okay, so she's at the Mount Vernon exit. So she's going to be coming there upon some of that damage here pretty soon. That damage again near mile marker 40, we're being told. Jennifer, you're over there right now. We've got some people that are talking to us here online. A lot of people watching our feed here with us. Talk to us a little bit about what people are asking
a lot
about.
of people asking about west and southwest Springfield, if we're under tornado warning in those areas. That's not the case. Tornado warning is pretty much over northern Greene County right now. We've had several people commenting about hail in Republic, hail in Billings, heavy rain moving into just into the Bolivar area right now. If you are in that Bolivar area, you are under that tornado warning at the moment. If I were you, just go and take cover right now, and that persists until way after about 5:15. That warning continues for that area right now. Let's see here. Several people wanting to see the radar, want to know the timeline of the storms and pretty much when it's going to be moving through the Bolivar area and for how long, when we're going to see this starting to clear up here. We've also had a lot of people actually comment earlier that the Walmart off of Sunshine, there had people over there huddling together and pretty much going on lockdown in that area. Several people have commented about being in public buildings that are being sheltered out into a safe area.
All right, very good. Appreciate that. So yeah, that was there in Springfield. I can tell you this: they've updated the tornado warning here. Okay, so let's kind of show you what we've got. We've got a couple different things that are ongoing here right now. Here's the wide view of things. Okay, we've got a strong line of storms coming here from Springfield into Christian County. As a matter of fact, another camera we're going to take a look at here in just a little bit is going to be our Ozark camera. So we've got strong straight line winds here with this part of the storm, okay, from Springfield to Nixa and Ozark, Kimberling City to Branson. Now, the tornadic part of this, where the circulations continue are up here, where the tornado warnings are in effect for Polk County and for Dallas County here as well. So right along that area where these little spin-ups can occur. And so that is why there's tornado warnings that are in effect here. And those are still in effect here for, let's see here, we've got the warning here for Dallas County until 5:15 and Polk County there. It's along this area that we have the tornadic potential, and where tornado sirens are most likely going off in Buffalo and Lewisburg, Urbana there. So a few different things that we're watching. Let's see here. I am going to, we're going to stay on that radar view there for right now, because I'm going to attempt to adjust our weather cameras here and get a view of the storm that is coming into, actually, well, there's a few different ones we can look at here. Let me see here. Matter of fact, let's kick, could we go ahead and kick back over to, yeah, there we go. So this is the Branson area here right now, and you can see a very, very low hanging cloud there as this kind of comes into Branson right now. Let me pan this around a little bit here, and we'll have a little bit of a better view of this. Again, this is along Highway 76. Of course, the Branson area already confirmed that they had a weak EF0 tornado from the storms here last night. And so you've got a big, long shelf cloud all along here. I'm sure it looks pretty scary there. But the biggest threats with any of this is going to be 60-mile-an-hour winds, the potential for winds that can do a lot of damage. And a lot of people, they think about how, the tornadoes are the thing that you kind of worry about the most. But to be honest with you, these straight line winds can do just as much damage. And that's what we've got here right now with this entire line, as those dark skies threaten there down in the Branson area along Highway 76, and the actual line itself is just off to your west. But you're going to see a rapid intensification of your winds down there as this line comes across. We'll just kind of pan it back around here for you and kind of look a little bit more here to the west. You can see some kind of clearing over there as well. But as this kind of comes all the way back around that entire area in the next 5 minutes, you almost even see some of the rain that is coming down. See that darker area is actually some of that rain coming down. And so this is our camera here in Branson along Highway 76 as the storms continue to move in over there. All right, I'm going to try to do the same thing here with our Ozark camera, because this is coming in there, and you can see the heavy rainfall there. We're going to try to adjust this here and zoom this out a little bit, but you can see they're along Highway 65. Now this is our camera that is along Highway 14, and just bear with me here as our camera attempts to focus its shot as the rain continues to come down in this area here, and it looks like it's just beginning to be overtaken by the rain and the storms here. So Ozark along Highway 14, you're looking at it coming through there right now. You can see the raindrops there on the screen. We'll pan back over. As a matter of fact, we're going to go back over here to the south along Highway 65, and we'll take a view of Highway 65 here as many people are traveling here along Highway 65. It is a Friday. People are kicking off their weekends, and you can see where there gets to be a little bit of a clearing there, as right now as we speak, you're going to have those winds start to pick up, the raindrops there as well, coming down and really going to get heavy. As a matter of fact, may cause some issues there along Highway 65 here before too long as the storm kind of rolls in. All right, let's kick it back over to our radar here. And there is the storm that we're looking at there in the Bolivar area in Polk County, where we've got, again, a storm that is continuing to produce these little spin-ups, these little, what I call weak tornadoes, but they're tornadoes that are still consistently doing damage and causing some big issues there. So we're watching that. We're also watching the storm here coming into Fairgrove. It's looking fairly intense in terms of heavy rainfall. And then all along this line, here's the line I was talking about, as the storm kind of came into the Ozark area right now, is how we're having the strong winds right along the leading edge of that. And so this is the updated radar scan, and that matches up with our camera there. And heading down to Highlandville, going to be coming near Saddlebrook before too long. And again, our Table Rock Lake camera, as a matter of fact, I'm going to effort that camera here. as well as we look at what that looks like. Chateau on the Lake. This one is probably just about ready to come right across there. And let me kick back over to that. Give this a second. It'll focus in for us. And there's a look at the storm there. This is going to be kind of looking over there near Table Rock Lake area. And you can see kind of the ominous looking clouds down there, right down there, just to the west. This is kind of near the Chateau on the Lake. You can see some of the lightning strikes there as well. And you can see the fast moving clouds as this storm comes across. And there's starting to be a little bit of an intensification on this, I won't lie. Down there between Kimberling City and kind of the Table Rock Lake area, all of those spots are where we've got pretty strong winds with this. Jennifer, coming to us here with some more information as you're with us here. You're monitoring some of these Facebook feeds here with people that are
You're just talking
Facebook.
about the Branson area right now.
Yeah.
Somebody just mentioned that they recorded a 15-degree drop in temperatures out there right now.
Maybe, maybe a 15-degree drop. I doubt we dropped. Did you say 50?
15.
Oh, 15, yes.
15.
15, yeah. I would believe that, 15-degree drop in those temperatures as this comes through. Yeah, there's definitely, it's definitely a possibility there with that. And so again, top right-hand part of your screen there, you've got the storm coming there across Table Rock Lake. Strong storm there over Table Rock Lake, coming into the Kimberling City area, also rolling into Branson West. On the bottom right-hand part of your screen there is I-44 there, where our own Francis Watson is heading to some of the damage that is located along there. And again, these storms that we were monitoring, they all have severe thunderstorms with them, where there is that potential of spin-up tornadoes to occur. The biggest threat is on the northern part of this, that is up into Polk, Dallas, and Hickory County right now. But if you're in the Branson area, you're also seeing this storm right now that is showing very strong winds with it. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got some 60-mile-an-hour winds that are trying to show up in there. So the severe thunderstorm warning there continues for the Branson area as that kind of comes across. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of show you where this is going. It's interesting. We've got two different parts of our system here. That one is moving a little bit more to the north and east, but this line here that you're looking at from Springfield down to Ozark is pretty much moving due east. And so we'll put a little bit of a storm path on this, and we're going to throw several cities on here. And let me get the latest movement on this. This is going to be moving to the east at about, my guess is probably about 40-45 miles an hour. And so there's a look at some of the towns that are next in line to be affected by this line of storms. Shady Grove, Branson there in the next 8 minutes or so. It's really going to ramp up for you guys to Hollister. Rogersville as well. You guys are about to get rocked by this along Highway 60. To Merriam Woods and Rockaway Beach, who had some big damage here from last night's storm. So you guys may be dealing with this kind of all over again with another line coming through. So if you're anywhere here along Highway 60, paying close attention to this cell here, this line as it kind of comes roaring across. And then we'll take you back up to the northern portion of this storm, and that is going to be where we've got it actually moving to more of the northeast, believe it or not. So you can see it kind of almost kind of arcing out here, and let me get the movement on that. That's going to be up here to the northeast at a little bit faster. We're going to put that at about 50 miles an hour. So you're looking at Charity to Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Long Lane, Plaid, Windyville, all of those areas there, where there is at least that possibility of a tornado to form along that line. That is the tornadic part of this line of storms that continues to move across. Again, you can see there in the bottom right-hand part of your screen, looks like Francis is going through that construction area that is located there. If you've traveled to 44 at all over the past year, you kind of know that areas go down to, the 4 lanes go down to 2, so it looks like she's traveling over there, continuing to head to the west, so she's getting close to where some of that damage is. Top right part of your screen there, you can see those very ominous looking clouds are coming across Table Rock Lake, getting ready to cross there over the dam here before too long, and where the very heavy rainfall and 60-mile-an-hour winds are definitely a possibility here with this. Can't rule out a little bit of wind damage. The tornadic, I'm not seeing the circulations with this down near Branson, but we have to watch it closely here because that could ramp up here pretty quick.
Someone just commented that often.
Got microphone?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Kimberling City is dealing with hail right now. A couple people have commented.
Go ahead and flip that back. It wasn't on there. Kimberling City. Go ahead and say that again there, Jennifer.
Kimberling City is dealing with hail right now.
Okay.
Small hail being reported in Kimberling City.
Yeah, I believe that because we had a little bit of an uptick in that reflectivity there that was showing up. So let's kind of widen this out again here. Here's our line. Strong winds coming in there. So again, to kind of match up with you, what you're seeing there on the top right part of your screen is our camera. They're located down there, right along Table Rock Lake, near Chateau on the lake there. And so this is that line that's kind of coming through, and where things are really going to ramp up here in the next minute or two, right there along the county line. All right, so we are seeing, let's see, getting some more reports into us here. Highway 00 and Highway 39 in Lawrence County, barn and trees were in the highway. Highway 00 and 39, that was actually reported at 4:40 p.m., so that was just about 20 minutes ago. So there was a barn and trees there in Lawrence County. So again, we've got a crew there. Francis is there on the bottom right part of your screen there, heading there on I-44 to see some of that damage there. We're being told just a ton of that has kind of been showing up in that general location. Just looking at some of the social media posts here coming into us. Any picture, has anybody got any pictures of any damage yet? I don't know if anybody's been able to find any of that on any social media or anything yet. I'm trying to get at least permission from some people. I know there's some stuff that is online to try to effort some permission of some of the stuff we've been seeing over there. Here's some news coming to us from the Weather Service talking about some of these spin-ups here along this. We're seeing less of those circulations showing up here on the northern kind of edge of this, which is some good news. Hopefully that trend can continue. Looks like we've gotten to a little bit of damage here, so hang tight here with this, folks, and looks like our crew has come upon some of the damage that is out there right there along I-44. As we mentioned there, it was near mile marker 40 that they got some of that damage there. So we're going to come back to Frances here in a second when she has kind of an update here for us in terms of what she has found as she has been out there on her journey over there. Might hear a little bit of thunder that coming to us here as the storms still kind of roll through the Springfield area right now, and we're still getting, again, heavy rainfall. We've got that lightning and the possibility of some 60-mile-an-hour winds with this. So all of that is kind of rolling through. All right, I'm going to kick back over. Here's our camera on Table Rock Lake. We've kind of spun it around to where we're actually getting some of that rain, as you can see. So there's the heavy rain that is now coming across Table Rock Lake, the Branson West area there, and near Kimberling City, as we mentioned before. You can see just the heavy rainfall and how the visibility begins to get reduced as that heavy rain continues to move across the area. I'm going to share with you guys another picture here in just a little bit of some damage that was, it's a pretty scary picture. I've got to be honest with you. If you just give me a second, I'm going to show that to you here. This was a picture from earlier that was in the Neosho area, as there was a high likelihood that this was from a tornado. I'm getting ready to show you another picture. I don't have many details here, but this is going to come into us from Nicholas Stewart. This is a scary one here to think about this, because this is along I-44, and it is of a vehicle there, obviously with damage. But look at that piece of wood that went through that windshield. I don't know. Well, I can see somebody in the car there. There is someone in there. Look at that. You can actually see somebody that's in the car. There. This was along I-44 near mile marker 38. look at all of the debris that is down here. Take a look at, you can see there right along the interstate. I mean, you can see shrapnel here, metal roofing here. Again, there's somebody in this vehicle. It said that there were no injuries here, but look at that, wedged into that windshield and all the damage there. I don't know if that vehicle was blown off the road. Again, I don't have any details here, but this sent into us here via social media as these pictures continue to come in. That is a scary sight, and why you need to take shelter and get out of your vehicle if you have a tornado warning, you're driving down the road. Looks like they're lucky that didn't land in another location. Lee, over to you with some more pictures as the thunder
Hard to hear
rolls.
you because of the thunder
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
But just as you were showing that picture, we just got this video in, and this isn't very far at all from where you were talking about. This is mile marker 40 on I-44, and it shows basically the same thing that you're seeing, a lot of debris. They're going to go from the left and to the right here, looking outside I-44, mile marker 40, and you're going to see all kinds of debris there on the side of the road, on the side of the interstate, in the median of the interstate. It's kind of hard to make out what it is, but it appears to be sort of building materials. I don't know if that's from buildings, roofs, but it's scattered all across right there, especially. Look right there. That's the median of I-44 at mile marker 40. And you can see why that one car got something into his windshield like that, a piece of wood like that, because that's a lot of debris that went raining across Interstate 44. And this coming to us from Charlie Bunch. Thank you, Charlie, for sending that in. And anyone else, if you happen to have damaged video, please send it in to us. Take some pictures, video horizontally, please. And you can put it on our KSPR News weather page, or news page, or KSPR weather page. And also on our app, there's a place to submit it. Let's head back over to Kevin now.
All right, thanks a lot, Lee. Yeah, those pictures coming to us, we definitely appreciate that from you guys. Again, we have a tornado warning that is still in effect up here for northern portions of, extreme northern portions of Polk County. It's really going to be the Hickory County and into the Dallas County area. That is the area that we still may have some of these spin-ups. So if you're in Buffalo, if you're in Urbana, Lewisburg right now, this thing's pretty much right on top of you. But be paying attention here down the line in Camdenton. We'll see if they continue this tornado warning or not. So we've got that part of the line. And then we kind of get here near Springfield and see how it kind of curves back around. And this becomes more of your straight line wind damage threat all along here. Let's get the updated scan as it will shoot through here. And there it is now, really kind of coming down into the Rogersville area, coming down there in Ozark pretty good. Let's see, we've got a new warning coming out. Let's see what that is. This might be down in Arkansas, I'm not sure. Nope, new severe thunderstorm warning for Webster, Wright, Laclede, and Camden County. So essentially, they're just kind of carrying this thing over well off here to the east, where we've got, again, Lebanon there now under the gun. You've got Marshfield down the line that will also be under the gun, as this whole line will have the possibility of kicking up those 60-mile-an-hour winds. Pretty good storm there coming across the Stratford area right now. I'm going to zoom back down into it. So we're getting a little bit of a higher reflectivity there showing up there. Some pretty strong winds. So once again along I-44 now, getting pounded by some pretty heavy rainfall there. That's going to be lifting up there towards the Marshfield area here before too long as well. So this is pushing to the east. Again, your threats are going to be straight line winds. But again, a quick spin-up tornado can never be ruled out with any of this. The immediate threat for tornadoes has lowered, and it looks like they're most likely going to allow, so basically, as they carry this new warning across, let me kind of back it up for you and kind of show you. So the new warning that they issued that does include up here into Camden County is now a severe thunderstorm warning. They opted not to carry the tornado warning here to the east. So now we just have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect here. A long line of storms with several counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. Here's a look at the tornado watch that is in effect until 10 p.m. So we're not done with this yet. Believe it or not, there is a potential of another round of storms that can move in here later tonight, very late tonight. We'll have to see if the atmosphere got worked over too much, but there's still the potential of additional storms here late tonight. So again, this is kind of round one of this, and we'll have to watch this. This watch could get extended. We'll have to kind of watch that and see how that is going to play out. There's the wide view of all of the storms as they continue to move across here. I don't know if I have a loop that I can't develop that. Let's show you the lightning on this. We've heard some of the cracks of thunder here and some of the lightning here. We're seeing actually quite a bit of the lightning associated with the storm that's coming into the Hermitage area right now. If you're in Wabla, if you're in Elkton, all of those spots have very, very heavy rainfall and lightning there as well. All right, so as we monitor these storms, the reason that we've been on the air here for about an hour and a half has been because of the very long line of storms that were producing tornadoes all the way back here from near Neosho, stretched across and eventually to I-44, and that's when we really had reports coming into us along 44 near mile marker 40, and that's where Frances Watson is right now. She has found some of that damage there. What are you seeing right now, Frances? We are going to go to her in just a second. She's with us here. She's going to be telling us about, again, she's pretty much located, I'm going to show you, kind of right in that area right there. That is mile marker around 40 or so. It's going to be just to the west of the Mount Vernon area. Just to the west of Mount Vernon is where she is located there on I-44. Also, just to clarify for you, we still have a tornado warning that is in effect for another 8 minutes, Hickory into Dallas County. However, the current plan, the Weather Service is saying that they're going to allow that to expire. So here in about 8 minutes, we won't have any more tornado warnings that are in effect. I know some of you are watching us, or normally right now will be watching Jeopardy. The reason for us still on the air right now is because of the high level of certainty we have had here today with the tornadic potential. This is a photo from earlier as someone was traveling there along I-44. We were on the air telling people about this as it came across. We're still on the air right now as we've got that potential for tornadoes. Life-threatening situation continues. Looks like, luckily, the person that was in this car, extremely lucky, but there's damage all across Interstate 44. We've heard about buildings, power lines, vehicles blown off the road. Obviously, this might be one of them here. We have not got that confirmed, but look at that. That is such a scary thing to think about if that was you driving down Interstate 44. So we've been talking about this all day. And this is the area that our own Frances Watson is at now and has more about what she has found. Frances, what's going on over there?
Kevin, right now we're in between mile marker 38 and about 37 right off the exit highway. I'm going to step out and I'm going to have Emily show you what we're looking at right now. It looks like some kind of metal tin debris. The best that I can guess or guesstimate right now is it probably off of some type of farm. Looks like it's the roof across the way. It looks like it says Wallace over there. It could have been some of their roofing. As I'm looking closer right now, just now noticing that some of the rafters are exposed. So that's what likely came off. They've got power crews already out here as it looks as though part of that roof tore through the power lines as it came across the highway. It's spread out everywhere, not only on the eastbound side in the center median, but also where we're at on the westbound side and even beyond in the field behind me. You see state troopers, fire department, power companies out here, everyone trying to figure out what's going on. And, above the ridge where it's kind of hard to see from our vantage point, a lot of bystanders, a lot of people just coming out to say what is going on here, what happened. There's another building just off to my far left that you can't see right now, and we will get you those images a little bit later, where it looks like half of the side of the building was actually ripped off. So whatever came through here laid down some trees, took off some roofing. It looked pretty powerful, ripped out some power lines. Again, people are just trying to figure out what's going on. We had some ladies come our way asking us if we were okay, but people even behind me, and you can't see that either, are stopping to take pictures. So whatever happened and whatever came through here really just tore out a chunk of this section of whatever was on each side of the highway. Again, the clouds are pretty dark to our east. Off to the west, it seems to be, though, the sun is coming out a little bit better. Rain maybe over to our south. Again, they're just trying to figure out the damage and try to secure the power lines, I'm sure, at this point. We're going to try and get across, of course, to that side of the highway to get a better idea of what exactly officials think could have come through here and what they're looking at as far as damage is concerned. But just driving up and pulling off to the side of the highway, it's our initial assessment and looking around that what we're looking at, those silver pieces all along the highway, are likely roofing from a company across the way that has Wallace on the side of the building, and perhaps another warehouse that's over there. Tin, I don't know, aluminum, not very good with metal, sidings and roofing. But again, we're going to go ahead and check with the authorities across the way and see what they say is going on and what they're finding. A lot of activity out here, a lot of people, and of course, you know, traffic. It's Friday, so we have been running into a lot of traffic and people just coming through this area. Not sure that weather is a factor in terms of the backups that we saw on the highway leading up to here, but I'm pretty sure that it is probably everybody just slowing down, trying to figure out what is going on. So I think we're about the Mount Vernon area, if I can see right. It's tough to see out here, but we're right off mile marker 39 on 44 north on the westbound side. So we're going to send it back to you right now, Kevin. We're going to go across the highway there where we see the officials and try and find out what it is exactly that they saw, what they know, and try to get any other additional information. Reporting live, Francis Watson, KSPR News.
All right, Francis, thanks a lot. Just to give you guys clarification kind of where she's at, if you're familiar, this is Sarcoxy. You've got Stout City. She's kind of right here in this area here, again, along mile marker 40. That's just to the west of the Mount Vernon area there. Along I-44 is where she was with that. Again, a lot of damage over there from the storms. I want to show you all of the warnings that we still have right now. Hickory, Polk, and Dallas, you've got the tornado warning, but all along that line, severe thunderstorm warnings. Camden, Laclede, Webster Wright, Eastern Green, Eastern Stone, Christian, and Taney County. That's why we're still on the air here, and you saw some of the damage. There is still that tornadic potential. Lee Moody, lots of pictures coming into us from all of those great viewers out there. Thank you for the photos, and she's got more of those. Show us some of those that you're getting over there, Lee.
It appears that that main damage, as you were talking about, is near Stott City, and just where Francis was showing us out there on I-44. These pictures, and they're up on our KSPR.com right now on our website, are from Lawrence County Sheriff Brad DeLay. This is storm damage near Stott City on 44. Main damage, he says, is Highway 00 north of Mount Vernon. We're going to take a look right now closer at these pictures. Right, this is just a pile of rubble at this point. It appears to be some kind of farm structure that has come down. Part of the roof, fencing is down. It's just basically a pile of rubble. Moving to our next picture, kind of the same thing. You can see a lot of the fencing blown over, debris, what appears to be coming from some roof, just a lot of tree limbs down as well. So that again in Stott City, near Stott City, and this right here, you can see a tree just right on top of that car right there. Then these coming from Lawrence County Sheriff Brad DeLay. So a lot of damage really concentrated right in that area between mile marker 38 and 40. On I-44 near Stott City. Again, this, if you want to take a closer look, if you want to look at these, this is up on our website right now at KSPR.com. We also encourage it, whatever you see out there in your area, you're our eyes and ears out there. So if you can send in your pictures of storm damage, you can submit them right here through our website. Also on our KSPR News and Weather mobile apps and on our Facebook pages as well. If you can, make sure you shoot horizontally. Kevin?
Thanks a lot, Lee. Again, some photos coming to us here. If you've got photos, as she mentioned, send them over to us. There is a tornado watch that is still in effect until 10 p.m. Tornado watch is still in effect until 10 p.m. for large parts of the Ozarks here. So we are hoping that here in about a minute or so that the tornado warnings are going to be allowed to expire. We're hoping for that here. We've not got confirmation that's going to happen or not. So as we wait for that to get figured out, we want to show you, because there's a lot of you that are watching us here right now, a lot of you who have chose to watch us here online as we've done our streaming. As we do with all of our severe weather events, streaming live on Facebook right now on the KSPR Weather Facebook page. A lot of you have been asking about seeing more of the radar and wanting to see where the storms are located here right now. So while things have cleared to the east of the Springfield area for the most part, It's really going to start to ramp up soon if you're in Lebanon. Marshfield, right now, it is ramping up there. Sparta, you're about to get hit by this as well. And then again, coming across eventually kind of the Forsyth area. All along the leading edge of this line, anywhere along there, there is that possibility that we could have 60-mile-per-hour winds. The tornadic threat, we're hoping, is going to start to lower here before too long. But this area here, we've still had that tornado warning that was in effect. We're waiting to get confirmation here from the Weather Service that they have opted to hopefully allow that warning to expire. All right, so we are continuing to monitor some of our feeds here of our camera shots that we've got. That's Table Rock Lake now. It looks like the boats are back out. Looks like the storms have passed over there. Our Lebanon camera is probably going to show that line of storms beginning to kind of take shape out there as it looks off to our west. And so you can see now the dark skies there that are located in Lebanon. You guys, again, I know you guys haven't had a whole lot over there here yet, but you are under a severe thunderstorm warning right now as that line comes in, and it's kind of coming into the Phillipsburg in the Windyville area here right now, down towards the Conway area. You're going to have strong winds there from Niangua, Fordland, and the Diggins area, as well as this line of storms will push off here to the east. They have dropped the severe thunderstorm warning for Christian and Taney County, no longer in effect. So we just have this kind of northern portion, and it looks like they've also allowed for those tornado warnings to expire, which is some good news. So what we're going to do is we're going to send you back to your regular programming here in just a second. I just want to show you guys one last little bit here of what we're dealing with. These are the counties here: Dallas, Laclede, Webster, and Wright, and even Camden County under the severe thunderstorm warning. They have dropped it down here. You're still going to have heavy rainfall, lightning, and some gusty winds, but right now the biggest threat is going to be right along here coming into the Lebanon area, Marshfield, northern portions of Wright County there as well.
Hey, Kevin, before we actually drop this feed, a lot of people have been wanting to know, with this line of storms moving through already, could the atmosphere potentially be already overworked, or how severe could this second squall line be when it moves through later on tonight?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we're going to be kind of looking at some of that here. Oftentimes, this does work over the atmosphere quite a bit, and that could lessen some of the threat. I need to go take a look at things, obviously, so that's my little pitch. Tune back into KSPR News at 6 o'clock. We're going to have a complete wrap-up of some of this coverage we've had. We had coverage for you. You didn't get to see KSPR News at 4, but we had coverage of all the tornadoes from the first round of storms at 1, 2 o'clock this morning. We've got that. We've got the latest on the stuff there along I-44. That is just to the west of Mount Vernon. We'll have coverage there. And, of course, tune back in, and I'll let you know about this second round, or actually it'll be the third round of the day possibly, coming up here for the late night hours of tonight, whether or not we're going to see that. In the meantime, we encourage you to stick along here with us. Join us at 6 o'clock for more, but we're going to send you back to the last part of Jeopardy! Hey, you'll get to see Final Jeopardy! So we'll send you back there now. Thanks for joining us here, and we'll see you here in just a little bit.